Good evening, everyone. I'm Suzanne Shirley, Senior Ruby Ambassador with Plexus, and we are on tonight with the incredible Emerald Ambassador, Bibi Schadegg, who is such an incredible inspiration for this whole entire company that I want all of you to understand. We are on her team. We are literally in her downline. So every one of you that's on tonight are listening, it's to Bibi. She is the product knowledge guru. But first, before she shares about the amazing new Plexus Slim that some of us are still waiting for and others of us already have it, I cannot wait for her to share everything she knows. And trust me, this woman is a wealth of knowledge, and she's going to offer a huge health exposition pretty soon, I think in the next few weeks in Oklahoma City, which I will make every point to drive to that location. So Bibi, with that, take it away, share your story, and tell us about Plexus Slim tonight.
Well, thank you, Suzanne. I am so honored, and I am just humbled by you. I'm like, oh my gosh, I hope I can live up to all of that. But you guys, I'm like your great jewel grandma or something. So you are my babies, and which really makes you really think like the importance of making that decision that you will put your line in the sand and you will share Plexus, not just because of you, but because of the lives that you will change. So the fact that you guys are here tonight, and I know you have a story, and every single person in this call has a story, just makes me so happy because I made a decision almost 4 years ago. So I'll tell you a little bit about my story. It's probably a lot like yours. I am a green personality with a flair of purple. That's what I like to tell people. So before I put one sip of the drink in my mouth, I want you to understand that it was extremely important for me that this was a safe product that will not come in 5 years, 10 years with some kind of excuse. I'm like, oops, oh, by the way, that ingredient, wasn't just as safe as we told you it would be. So before I put my name on the line, I needed to know that I knew that this was something as a registered nurse I could sponsor, whether I made money on it or not. This is before I even got that sample pack from Heather. So I went out, just like I think a lot of the greens of this team, and tried to find a little garbage on Plexus. I was incredibly blown away by the quality of the ingredients and just really the science they put behind the product. So I, as a skeptic, I said, if this product has the ability to do everything that these ingredients have the ability to do, I think I have something great. And you know what? My husband gave me the go, and he is the crunchiest person. He hasn't had a French fry in 18 years. So I had to deal with that, and I went ahead and received that life-changing sample from Heather Burke, my diamond upline and sponsor. So the beauty of Plexus, and especially as we stand here today, or we sit here today, knowing what they just gifted us on Saturday, is that we are building something that you will have for the rest of your life to share with those you love for the rest of your life. So here's the great thing about this company, is that you have something that is incredible. So I did the research. You don't have to worry about it. Don't be a skeptic. There's something amazing with this product. So back to my story, I started drinking the pink and I started sharing. The crazy thing is I did not want to do network marketing, you guys. I was a previous network marketing failure, and I have been there. I have the network marketing personality per se. So I have been approached many times, but I had done a previous skincare company, and I still had almost $2,000. Actually, it was more like probably $2,200 of inventory that was expiring in my garage when I joined Plexus. So I came into Plexus as a network marketing failure, and knowing that I didn't want the business. And my husband say, only for the discount, no parties, no inventory, no debt. Just so you know. And I tell you this because maybe you have a prospect that had failed at network marketing before, and they have failed a lot like I did. So I didn't have any belief in this industry. I had zero belief in my ability to work this business because I have great skin and I could not sell skincare. And I had zero belief in myself. But here's the thing, because of my knowledge background, in my supplement background, because we've been taking supplements before it was even cool. let me just backtrack. Literally 13 years ago, my husband and I lived in a house that our mortgage was $480, and we spent $1,000 in groceries. So we've been eating organic before there were grocery stores that were organic. There was one co-op in Oklahoma and one grocery store, Aikens, and there was one in Oklahoma City. We will drive from Shawnee. So we have been focused on nutrition as the means to heal your body before it was even cool. But I had believed in these products. I knew a lot of the things that Plexus had, and actually a little commercial for The Fungus Link is a book by Doug Kaufman. And it is essentially, he has a PhD in mycology, which is the study of fungus and candida, and he's a naturopath. So he has a diet that with about 5 of the ingredients that are in Plexus Slim and Probio 5, heal my son's gut. So my son is 16 years old, and 13 years ago, all pre-Plexus, using grapeseed extract, vitamin B6 and 12, alpha-lipoic acid, chitosanase, I'm missing one, and chlorogenic acid. He literally, with a good diet, a very strict diet, I put my 2-year-old in a crazy diet, and he has no wheeze. Listen up. That boy has no wheeze to this day. So I already knew the power of the gut, the power of the microbiome. I already knew that your immune system was in your gut. Not because I learned it in nursing school. I always tell people I either slept through that lecture or they did not teach us this in nursing school, that 70% of your immune system is in your gut, that your ability to cope with the stress, with anxiety, with everything is in your gut, that serotonin, 90% of it is in your gut. So you have to understand this, because you hear this word and you say, well, okay, so serotonin is made in the gut. So how does that affect me? How many people do you know that don't have the motivation to do the things, to make the choices to be healthy? Maybe you're one of them. Well, there's an antidepressant, an SSRI, a serotonin. So, what the drugs are doing is giving you the serotonin that you have the ability to make. Okay. So honestly, it is mind blowing. So I think I just step out of compliance, but I just got to tell you, in your gut is the power to heal. So having said that, I believe in the products. So I have one area down. I borrow belief from Heather Burke. Okay. She told me, I believe you'll be amazing in this business. And I gave her every excuse. And back in those days, Jen Hawkins, I think, was making $2,000 a month. And I needed $4,500 a month to quit my nursing job. I worked night shifts. I was a nurse for 14 years, worked night shifts. And of course, I had to work weekends so I could be with my 3 boys. I got to tell you, as a part of my story, a lot of people doubted what I was doing. Okay. A lot of people, actually, people that I love and I respect, spiritual mentors, came up to me concerned. I didn't think they were hating, okay? I'm not going to call them haters, because they are not. They were concerned. They say, aren't you going a little crazy? And I just looked at this one woman that I love. I said, you know what is crazy, my friend? I go 36 hours, sleeping 4 hours. By the time Sunday comes, I may have slept 10 hours and it's been 3 shifts. Like, that's crazy. I'm borderline nursing dangerous, as a matter of fact, right? And I do that so I don't miss the tournaments of my boy on Saturday. So I didn't even sleep Saturday. If we had a tournament, I remember drinking a mug of coffee about this big and my hand just shaking from all the caffeine and the sleep deprivation. My eyes were bloodshot. And I really actually heard at one point one of my basketball mamas telling another mama she thought I did drugs because I looked that rough. So that was crazy. So I want you to understand, when I heard the opportunity was real and I already knew what we had and I understood the compensation plan, and it took me about 3 months because I'm ESL. I was making money before I knew how. You can too. I saw the opportunity for change. So here's the truth. Here I am 4 years later. I'm still sharing Plexus. I boldly share Plexus today with my son's hairdresser for like the 11th time. And guess what? Today was the day she said yes. and she took that sample pack and she said, I am taking it. But I kid you not, they get haircuts every 4 weeks. I've shared probably 11 times with her. I'm no lying. I mean, at least 11 times. It may be more. But today was the day. So 4 years later, I am still sharing a product that I believe in. And let me just tell you, if I didn't get paid, and you probably have heard this, but if I didn't get paid, I will still share Plexus. Okay? There is nothing better out there. You guys, if there was, I will be buying those products for my family. There's nothing better than what we have. I mean, the Plexus Slim, just when we thought it couldn't be any better, they made it better. I love it that they listen to us. You know what? I won't get too far. I'm going to get into the Slim, but I want you to understand this. This is a company that has set their goals in creating a company, a legacy company that's going to be here for a long, long time. Okay? I don't like saying forever because only the Lord knows how long we're going to be here. But you know what? They want the same thing for us than you want for you. I've sat with Tarl, and he has said, we want to create a legacy company. You've heard him in the opportunity meetings. So you guys, we have something really special. Now, here's a little tough love. You might be sitting here, and maybe you are planted at silver. I don't like using the word stuck, okay? We are planted. If you are not moving up in the ranks, the Lord has you planted for a reason, okay? You're not stuck. Stuck is when you are stuck, frustrated, and you're not learning anything. When you're planted, you are anticipating the learning. You are anticipating the growth. And you know that you have, where are you going to go if you're planted and rooted? You're going up. So if you're planted in a rank where you think like, I don't belong here, and you are working this business like you're supposed to, doing your IPAs like a boss, sharing your story, your why, because people don't want your what, really, they don't want your what, they want your why. They want to know why. You guys may not know my story, but you know what? Plexus came into my life a year and a half before my dad had a stroke. Okay? My dad is no longer, he is thriving after a stroke. He had a complex medical history. You want to know what he takes? He takes a baby aspirin in his Plexus triplex, okay? And he takes nerve as needed. But you know what? He is, as whole as he's going to be. And it all started with his gut. He went from a size 38, and the brother cannot exercise. You saw him. He can barely walk with that cane, to a size 32 around his waist. So, it's just mind-blowing what happens when you heal the body and the body changes for the inside out. So I want to encourage you to share. You have to understand there's 29 million diabetics in this country, and we have something that can help balance blood sugars, okay? We're not curing diabetes, right? The FDA hasn't found yet something that cures diabetes. We're just treating, right? So we're not going to say those things, but we have something that naturally can help balance blood sugars, okay? Has the ability, to reduce cellular inflammation. And I can't think of a better word, but it is inflammation. Foods are inflammatory. Sugar is inflammatory. High glucose is inflammatory. So you have something really, really special. And if you don't get that fire inside of you, like, I'm bold, you guys, because I want to get to the aunts, the uncles, the mamas, the daddies, the grandparents before the stroke gets to them. That is my passion. That is my passion. When you're taking care of your daddy, and you knew my dad could not rule his spoon. My dad took his medication every day. My dad even walked 4 times a week with my mama. My dad could not rule his spoon. So back to what it takes to make good choices, and I'm not just talking about good choices in your life, but good choices in your business. I'm sure you got to understand. I'm sure Suzanne has days where she doesn't want to work her IPA. I do. I really do. There are days, it doesn't matter. I just heard the singer of Rascal Flatts, the lead singer, preach at Life Church. And he said, there are some days I don't want to sing. And I know God called me to sing. And wonderful things happen when I sing. And I don't want to sing some days. So I know sometimes you don't want to share. I know sometimes you want to grow, but you don't want to do the work. Well, unfortunately, it's not going to happen unless you do it. So I'm going to get back to products now because, that is my passion. I just wanted to share that. Still to this day, I retire in 5 months, income disclosure right here. You knew what it took to retire me. I retired in 5 months. I was scared to death. My boss told me, if you quit right now, you come back at $22. I was at $38 an hour. That was scary. It took a lot of faith. And you know what? I haven't looked back since. So if I can do this business, thank you. If I can do this business, so can you. I have 3 boys. My life is crazy, hectic. There's piano, football, track, basketball. I mean, all my kids are playing some kind of sport. I have a husband. I like to cook. I mean, you got to find time. And you know what? You got to find opportunity. So if you don't share Plexus with those you love, and here's my last disclaimer about the opportunity. And this is hard because this has happened to me. You've heard of the Frank's list: friends, relatives, acquaintances, neighbors, kid activities, strangers, or special connections. If you don't share with those you love, listen up. They are going to end up as an acquaintance in somebody's list, maybe in my list, okay? And I'm going to go to them and I'm going to say, I got something that changed my life. And it changed my daddy's life. And it's changing thousands of people's life. And I believe it's going to change yours. And you're going to be like, oh my gosh, that was my cousin. Okay? So, dude, I have boys, so I say dude a lot. You need to work that list. You need to get your list out. I'm sure a lot of you have made it. And you need to contact those people. And you need to tell them, in case, they all have noticed. They're scared to ask you. You need to say, I have something that's really special and I want to share with you. And if they say no, do you know what I say? If you ever consider taking supplements, would you think of me first? Okay? I will take good care of you. And that's how it is. And my no's turns into maybes. I don't leave a no as a no. When they say no, I say, okay. If you ever give this any type of consideration, would you let me be your Plexus dealer? Okay? So my no's are no no's and they're maybes. Okay? And some of them take 2 years and some of them take 11 times and some of them take 18 times. So that's that. Okay. So passion. My passion is the products, you guys. So our same pink drink, and I'm sure Shirley has shared I think she shared the PowerPoint, and I did a call on Plexus Slim. We have something amazing, okay? We have this little pink drink that now doesn't even clump, okay? Because it mixes so easily, that has the most pure botanical blend of ingredients. So you got chromium polynicotinate, okay? Proven and super proven to help balance, blood glucose, improve glucose metabolism, and make you more sensitive to your insulin, okay? A lot of us, especially women, that are walking around and would be like, oh my gosh, I turned 40 and now I have this roller on my waist. You know what? 2 things: cortisol, right? Insulin resistant, actually 3 things, and leptin resistant. So you have a product, this little ingredient, this little tiny mineral has the ability to tell your cells, hey, what's up? We got glucose on board. We got to get to work, okay? So that hasn't changed. Praise the Lord. The Slim formula did not change. It just got an enhancement, okay? Look at it this way. You have this perfect car, okay? And then they just added the leather seats and the spoiler to it, okay? So now you have this full ride sweetness, okay? So our Slim has not changed in the sense that the formula is the same. It's just they added an enhancement. So chlorogenic acid, okay? So we got antioxidant power, anti-inflammatory power. We have alpha lipoic acid, major, anti-inflammatory properties, major glucose metabolism properties, like it helps you improve your glucose metabolism, muscle recovery, all this stuff. We have Garcinia cambogia, who tells the liver, hold on, we don't want to store fat. We want to burn through the stores. So this is one of the reasons why we burn inches before we even see the scale move. I'm telling you, throw the scale away, okay? Throw the scale away. I got to tell you this. When I work out, I gain weight. Is that so depressing? Is that so depressing? I think it's, I have Native American and I have literally from South America. Obviously, I'm Venezuelan. So I have Indian. I'm just going to be politically correct. And I have some black. So I have muscle. My legs are muscular. You should see my calves. They look like a man. So when I lift weights, I gain weight. It's the worst thing. I have to run to see the scale move. I'm not bound by the scale anymore. I've lost 2 sizes since Plexus. Okay. And even over the holidays, I can gain 4 pounds in a day. Can you not? Raise your hand if you can wait in the morning and wait in the evening and you're 5 pounds. That's me. Y'all, it's water. We're made out of water, right? So stop weighing yourself. Stop it. Don't do it anymore. Because how Slim works, okay, is it helps you burn fat. A lot of those ingredients, the side effect is fat burn. So stop it. Stop it. Stop it. I know you want to see the scale move so bad. Don't worry about it. Okay, so you have this amazing blend, and then they say, oh, you know what? We know the future of medicine is in the microbiome. We know there is a bacteria in your gut already, Akkermansia, right? That when you give it the little miracle grow, when you give it this XOS, okay, blend, okay, it's a prebiotic fiber. She multiplies like crazy, 250%. Okay, so the science that is happening in your gut, and this was an in vitro study done in Europe, y'all. So they studied the gastric, acids of the stomach. They studied the components of the gut, and what they found out is when they added this, and we're gonna call it the miracle grow for your gut, the XOS, the bacteria that is likely to be very low, on people that are obese, diabetic, and I'm sorry, I'm going to say diabetic. So we may have to keep this one private. People that are diabetic, people that are obese, and their bacterial makeup is different, okay? So the bacterial makeup of somebody who is depressed, obese, diabetic, that has ADD, that has anxiety disorder is completely different. Like they are deficient in certain, I would say, microbiome, certain flora. And then people that are healthy, okay, people that are slim has a different, kind of makeup. And the key is in this one bacteria, okay? Let's call her the Aki. I like to just nicknames. I call her the Aki girl. So the Aki girl, she's very low on people that are obese. She's very high on people that are slim. And the reason why is because she takes care of weight loss. Like she improves metabolism. She speeds up. I would like to say she kind of puts your gut in, have you heard it like in steroids? Like, so she makes your gut rage, essentially. So, Bibi, how does that affect me? I'm going to start drinking this. I got it today in the mail. You're going to notice a lot of things. Here's what I'm noticing. I have sustained energy through the day. Now, I have been drinking the pink drink for almost 4 years, okay? 4 years. I noticed a tremendous amount of energy, like almost like a peak. I noticed that I wanted to exercise at night. You guys, I'm very, I'm hyper. I don't need accelerator or edge. So when you see me, if I take an edge, I'm like, ah! So increase energy. Other things that I'm noticing is like I'm sweating more. So I'm just 3 days in, but I'm sweating more. Metabolism. What is metabolism? Metabolism is the ability of your body to use what you're feeding it for fuel. So I have no doubts. First of all, the science behind XOS. I mean, I could spend an hour talking about just what is proven. XOS literally makes your gut rage. And I'm going to talk about elimination in a second. Okay. And then just the ability of it's not a thermogenic. Why am I sweating? Because my body is getting the signal. We got to speed things up, okay? So I think this ingredient is going to help people that are stuck at weight loss plateaus. And I'm going to say it right here. Plateaus are normal. You cannot lose. I mean, you'll turn into a toothpick. You're going to hit plateaus, okay? It is absolutely normal. A lot of people hit them at 20 pounds, 40 or 50 pounds, 75 pounds. People that have a lot to lose hit them around 100 pounds and then they plateau. So a plateau is a good thing. Your body's trying to be like, okay, what are we doing next? So I'm just going to tell you a little bit a couple of things you can do to increase your possibilities to overcome a weight loss plateau, especially using this. The fiber makes you full, okay? It's a fiber. The fiber makes you full. So if you like to eat at night, if you make great choices during the day, but come 6 o'clock when you're home alone, you want to go for the cookies, take this drink in the evening, okay? Let it fill you up. And take the other Slim in the morning if you need the, the extra perk, okay? But you can take two. You can take two. So don't be afraid to take two. Actually, I've been taking two for quite a while. I just take 2 pink drinks. I mean, if I'm busy, I just take 2, okay? So I took my my normal Slim in the morning, and today when I pick up carpool, I did my Slim. My husband took it this morning. He's testing it. He has a different body type and metabolism that I do. So I'll tell you a little bit about what is happening to him. But fullness, maybe an increase in perspiration. I will just tell you that you might notice an extra bowel movement, okay? And if it's loose, don't worry. Okay, here's my definition. Diarrhea is 10 bowel movements in a 24-hour period. If you have 1 loose stool, 2 loose stool, 3 loose stools, don't worry. Do not worry, okay? The system has to get used to the new fiber, so don't be afraid. I always tell people, that stuff is just sitting there. Plexus doesn't make poop. So aren't you glad it's coming out, okay? So if you notice that it's increasing your elimination, it's done it to me. You may want to kind of back a little on bowel cleanse, or you may want to just let it go until it just regulates, okay? Don't be afraid of a little loose stool. It's not that big deal, okay? You're not going to go dehydrated. So those are some of the things that you might notice right away. Now, I got to tell you, I love the fact that it mixes so easily in cold water. I've been drinking pink at room temperature for 4 years, and it feels good to drink a cold pink, right? It feels so good. It's so refreshing. So I'm super excited about that. I'm really, really excited about that. Now, the science behind Plexus Slim alone is mind-blowing. A lot of people have tried to copy, y'all, but they're not going to be able to copy this because it's sealed, protected, patent. So if you want to know how much of this and this and that, it's not going to happen. Plexus is not going to let, the cat out of the bag there. So you do not need to know how much of each is there. You see the enzymes they added to. You've seen that they added this prebiotic fiber. And you know what? I got to tell you, this is so good because we have Probio 5, and just think what it's doing to my favorite, I love our probiotics. Just think what it's doing to that good bacteria that fights Candida. Okay, Miracle Grow. Just think about it. Miracle Grow. So, Bibi, so what does that mean? You may all of a sudden have die-off symptoms again. Have you thought about that? You might. Okay, so don't panic. The drink is not making you sick. You're not allergic to it. You might experience die-off symptoms. Okay, so that is one of the things that I'm telling my greens that want to know everything. I'm like, okay, off the top of my head, I gotta tell you, without going in details, which I will, I will go into details, full details, but without going into details, if this kind of makes probiotics kind of rage and work and increase and multiply, you can only expect it to do that for Probio 5. So if you start all of a sudden, having dandruff, that's what I had pre-Plexus. That was how I had Candida overgrowth, and I had dandruff since I was 15 years old. I gotta tell you this. My favorite color to wear is black, and I couldn't wear black. Guess who wears black almost every day? I do. I love it. I have this long hair that I had to keep up because before church, my husband had to do, I was like, flake check. 17 years, my poor husband had to do the flake check, okay? So you guys, it could happen. So when I go out of town and I up my Probio, I see Candida die-off symptoms. And it's because I'm usually having more dessert than usual, maybe drinking a little more vino that I do on a regular basis, eating more, stuff out that I don't usually eat. So I gotta tell you, there's a possibility that you start taking the pink drink and you're like, and your customers will be like, I broke out in a rash. Be like, okay, talk to me about this rash, send me a picture. if you're taking probiotics, if they're on the triplex and they don't eat very good, it's a possibility that they're going to experience some candida die-off. So we're just anticipating these things, okay? But overall, my favorite things, feeling full, not hungry. And you guys, I got to tell you a little secret. If you get that book, the fungus link, I did the phase 1 diet every year before summer since I did it for 7 years, pre-Plexus. You eliminate literally so much. You lose 13 pounds in a month. I did. And then you start looking at bread and thinking of bread, and you start thinking you gain your weight back, and by October you have all your weight back. It's elimination diets that don't work. I'm in Plexus because I want to be balanced in everything. Okay, I want to be able to chew my food. I like to chew my food, right? Oh, his name is Doug, D-O-U-G, Kaufman, K-A-U-F-F-M-A-N, I think. You're asking the ESL girl how to spell. Anyways, but I think that's how it is. But I did this elimination diet, you guys. My favorite thing about Plexus, and I've been at it for 4 years, I love food. If you follow me, I love to cook. Every good memory that I have with my family is around food. I don't want to I don't want to be eating greens and carrots. And I mean, I love that, but I don't want to be bound to a diet. I want to be able to eat chips and queso and not be bloated. And that is what Plexus has given me, freedom to enjoy the foods that I love in moderation. Okay. So with this, I am excited. I am excited with the things I'm experiencing. I'm excited because the future of your health is in your microbiome. You have more cells in your gut that you do. I mean, that are human. We have more bacterial cells than human cells. Okay. When you dissect a gut and you look from the top, and I'm a nurse, sorry if this grosses you out. I'm sorry, I'm going to get a little nursey here. When we open the abdomen and split the muscles and remove the fascia, it looks like a brain, okay? Your colon is as long as you are tall on average. So it's to be inside your peritoneal cavity is all kind of wound up. It's amazing, and it looks like a brain. It looks like a brain. It is your second brain. So the future of your health is in your gut. I love that Plexus is saying, I know you want weight loss. America wants that weight loss. Come on, get me skinny really fast, okay? You're guilty of wanting it too. I mean, if I got $1 for every time people say, oh, I just wish we had the accelerator. I'm like, come on. You want to get your gut healthy, okay? You want to take something that you can take long term. I want something I can give to my boys. I want to be able to look it up, research it, and you know what? Open up that package and hand it to my 6-year-old and my 8-year-old. Their pediatrician had approved for them to drink Plexus Slim, okay? Ask your pediatrician if you can give your boy a Coca-Cola every day. Ask your pediatrician if you can give them a Mountain Dew every day, a Dr. Pepper every day. You guys, this is something I can give my boys, and I know the benefits, okay, of it. So you have something amazing. You do. You don't need me to persuade you. Like, that, right? Surely there is nutritionists, pharmacists, physicians, naturopathic doctors, nurse practitioners. There's so many people on our team who have looked at these ingredients and come like I can, skeptic, and they say, wow, this is incredible. This is incredible. Well, Plexus is not going to change that. And I love that about our company, that the future is in the microbiome, and that's where we're heading. So you have now this amazing pink drink. And I got to tell you something. It's non-GMO, and they replaced the polydextrose. Surely you noticed that. And the thing about polydextrose is that it was really hard to know the source of that fiber. In about, I think it's something like 90% of the corn in the USA is genetically modified. So if it came from corn, it's just that opens that door. So it was one of my least favorite ingredients, so I wasn't crazy about it. I had people that look down upon. So I'm so thankful we're going to get the very best. I think that's all I got. I think I've gone plenty, and I don't know if you guys have any questions. I have a little time.
Bibi, that was incredible. I mean, I didn't even need to stop you and ask you anything. What I'm going to ask you right now is this, and it might seem like a no-brainer for us. Maybe, I don't even know the answer to this, but to you, it's a no-brainer. How will the new Slim affect those who do not need to lose weight or are actually underweight? Tell us about that.
That's a great question. And, we've had it already on our team page. The fact that it has the same proprietary blends, if you don't need to lose weight, okay? If you don't need to lose weight, you are not going to lose weight. Because if you're slim, your Aki girl is already low, okay? So you don't have to worry. I mean, the body has such a wisdom, okay? So you don't have to worry about that. It will work as a fiber, very likely. It will probably increase elimination, but I don't think it's going to cause them to lose weight. I think once you get glucose metabolism, or you get your glucose, your blood sugars regulated, you are going to experience balance. And I wouldn't be surprised if it helps them, just like the previous Slim helped them even gain a little weight if they need it. I think the fact that our formula remained the same and they just added the fiber, I don't think there will be a problem at all. That's a good question, though. I guess we'll find out for sure when we have real human subjects.
Yes, no kidding. Wow. I mean, I'm sort of like just dumbfounded because I thought I would have like 15,000 questions to ask you. But, unless there's another question, thank you so much. You gave us the fungus link by Doug Kaufman tonight. That's one huge thing we can go out and research. Can you tell us one more? You were talking about Aki Girl. I thought it's
dementia.
Okay, what is that exactly that you're talking about?
Okay, this is funny because I was talking to Danielle today, and she's an emerald on our team, and she's like, just when I learned to pronounce all the ingredients of the original, now we have this few ingredients I can pronounce. I'm like, well, XOS, we don't have to even go there. In Acromentia, we're going to call her the Aki girl or something.
Acromentia? Okay,
so this is a good bacteria that is already in our gut, okay?
Got it.
So it's already there. All humans have it, and we have it from birth, okay? So there is a chance that some people have more than others. I mean, there's the whole theory of immunity, like if you were born by C-section and you didn't pass through the birth canal, how your flora might be different than someone that was born vaginally. But most people are proven to have it already. We all have this bacterial makeup, kind of like our basic, okay? So what it does is that it's in mice, okay, in vitro studies, when you add the XOS or the prebiotic, specifically this one, there's another oligosaccharides, and I was looking at another study about that, but the XOS have better results. Actually, it stimulated the growth of that bacteria. Okay. So when it multiplied, it just signaled metabolism because, everything comes from the gut. Your ability to lose weight, your ability to gain weight. When you're stressed, your hormones, your periods are gut related. It's just everything. Right. Somebody asked, I have endometriosis. Will the Slim help? I say, absolutely. Absolutely. As a matter of fact, endometriosis leads to infertility, and both of those treatments require the prescription of metformin, which is a diabetic medication. Essentially, they want to get your blood sugars as regulated as possible because they know the impact that it has on your hormones. So I think just being able to fertilize, we're just going to use that word. I don't even know if it's appropriate, but fertilize the girl, the Acromentia or whatever. I don't know if I'm mispronouncing it. I think I'm pronouncing it right.
That's why you're calling it Miracle Grow, right?
I think for people, and honestly, Suzanne, for people who don't eat ideally, I think it's going to be a huge tool. Okay, especially for those who are still not making the best choices because they're going to get help from within. Right. So, you guys, the one thing, and I was just talking to Heather, if you feel full, don't eat, even if you're used to eating. Like, this is one thing that is a great tool, that sense of fullness. Wait, because it's there. And my goodness, I just love the feeling of being full with less. So listen to your body because it's going to change the signal. Hopefully that answered the question. I think I kind of ramble a little.
Definitely does. Okay. All right. So it looks like we've got a couple more questions. You've already talked about having old symptoms again, meaning that your body's going to maybe go through some die-off. Maybe you're going to start getting rid of some other waste that you haven't gotten rid of before, and that's normal. You talk about going and eliminating some more and not getting freaked out if you have, 2 or 3 loose stools per day. And I know that freaked me out in the beginning.
Yeah.
It happened for a year and a half after I started Plexus. And I think a lot of it has to do with when we make some poor choices with foods too. She's wanting to know, tell us again, if you're having old symptoms. I mean, is there anything you wanted to add to what you said?
I think just play with your cleanse and probio, and this is the thing, like you may want to take them, spread them out a little bit. When you have die-off symptoms, I recommend you eliminate yeast-rich foods like carbs and sugars and alcohol, because if you deplete the food source of the candida and then you nail it with the probiotic, and there's a little bit of miracle grow happening there, you're going to have better results. Increase your dietary fiber intake and your water intake if you're having die-off symptoms. If you're having a couple loose stools, don't worry. I mean, maybe I'm just a sick person, but I welcome loose stools. As long as I'm close to a bathroom, I'm like, get this stuff out. It doesn't need to be in. The body wants it out. Okay. So your body would go through an adjustment period, and that is okay. Somebody say, how long was it tested? So they started testing the actual new Slim in February. So well over 90 days. So February, March, and April. So a little over 90 days, and the results were incredible. So every single person lost weight. A lot of people lost inches, and a lot of these people had hit plateaus. So I think, I'm going to just say Celeste was using a personal trainer and juicing. So Celeste's weight loss is not at all attributed completely to our new Slim,
right? But
she's like, it was really easy to juice and make good food choices with it. It was really easy. The other thing, Jetty, you all know Jetty. I mean, he was doing a little bit of exercise, but I mean, I don't think he drastically changed his diet at all. So neither did Jared. And so anyways, I think I can just tell you that just those were the people I talked to, and it's just exciting to see the results, so
awesome. Okay.
And Tara Berger lost 2 pant sizes,
right?
So she didn't say how much weight she lost.
I think she went from like an 8 or a 6 down to like a 2, 4, something in there. Yeah.
So it's exciting.
Tiny. Yeah. Okay. Mary asked, this guy's, how many, I'm sorry to ask you these last 2 questions.
No, it's okay.
I can probably answer them. How many Probio 5s can you take? Can you take more than 4? I take 4. I've been taking 4 for almost 2 years now. And can you summarize what goes on internally while on Plexus that can reduce dosages of those on thyroid medication?
Okay.
I guess
on what kind of medication?
Thyroid. I guess we're not compliant anymore.
It's okay. You're going to have to just hide this one. Okay. So you can take more probiotics if needed. Okay. But honestly, I think 4 should be enough. You just got to take them differently. Okay. So what a probiotic does, I mean, it has a key enzymatic blend, and it has, an antifungal in it. It has the best probiotic blend in the market. So what you want with a probiotic is to decrease food sensitivities, to improve food digestion, to decrease candida overgrowth and the symptoms of it, and improve elimination. So those are the goals with Probio 5 and Cleanse. I think sometimes people take these 2 products separately, and honestly, you reduce your chances of maximizing the effects of them. So if you're taking them separately, put them together. If you're taking them together, change when you take them, okay? So don't take them with food unless you absolutely have to, if you have to sprinkle them in your food because you can swallow caps or something. But take them either 30 minutes before you eat, or 2 hours after, or right before bedtime. Okay, so I don't see why you will need more than 4. Now, BioCleanse is a little different, because BioCleanse, what it does, how it helps you, is that with that awesome blend, it becomes a paste. The magnesium breaks down, the vitamin C and the magnesium oxide kind of blend and create a paste, and like an oxygenate. Just think OxyClean in the gut, okay? And then it pulls water into the gut, okay? So when you pull water into the gut, tell me what the colon is going to do. It's going to expand, okay? So a lot of people get freaked out with BioCleanse. They're like, I'm bloated. I'm like, it's water in your gut. It's got to wash things out, okay? So you got to find a way to take these products, and every person is different. I tell people, play with it 3 days at a time. So do it for 3 days this way and see what happens to your bowel movements, okay? And how you feel after eating certain foods. I call the bloaters corn, wheat, they're alcohol and sugars that make you feel bloated, okay? So how do you respond to the bloaters? And then I think if you take them the way that you're designed to take them, you shouldn't need more than 4. But I know a Jewel that takes 6 cleanses. She's like, without 6, I cannot go to the bathroom, okay? So I told her, how about you increase your fiber intake? Because if you cannot go to the bathroom, we still have a problem of motility, right? Which is the movement inside the gut. So I think fiber is going to be a game changer for her. I think Slim with prebiotics is going to be a game changer for her. So because of the motility factor that fiber adds to it. So hopefully that answered the question.
Exactly. Okay, that thyroid one. Let's go back to
the thyroid. Okay,
that's it.
So here's the thing about thyroid meds. I tell people, if you take thyroid meds, you take them first thing in the morning. You don't take your Slim until lunchtime. So thyroid has to have plenty of, don't take probiotics, don't take anything until 3 hours later. So I'm thinking you take your thyroid, I don't know, 5, 6 in the morning. I don't want you to take any supplements probably until 11, 10:30 or 11, okay? Give your body time to absorb that thyroid. It needs the time, okay? Most thyroids are extended release, they don't automatically absorb. That's why it takes 2-3 weeks for your thyroid to build in your system. So don't take your Slim, don't take your probiotic, don't take your BioCleanse close to your thyroid. So I don't think it's going to interact if you do it that way. I don't think you're going to have any issues whatsoever. Now, I got to tell you, alpha-lipoic acid during testing say that decrease the need for thyroid meds in a clinical study. So make sure you're getting your thyroid tested, okay? All your thyroid profile tested. I had a saliva profile and a blood profile, and they didn't match. And then I just went to my naturopath and I said, what's going on here? And she said, I don't think you need your medication anymore. I think this thyroid, this floating thyroid is the medication I was taking. It was it was a compound one. It was a bioidentical. I didn't want to take, Armour or Synthroid. So I haven't taken thyroid medication since June of 2013. So 2 months, July of 13. 3 months after I started Plexus. That was when I got so, you might not need it. And if once you get your gut to work, do a little research. Google the gut and thyroid hormones, because the epidemic is Hashimoto's. And you want to know why? It's because we're attacking it's an autoimmune disease. Your body's attacking the thyroid gland. So do a little research on that. I'm not going to give you a lecture. My favorite thing, you can Google that. Google that, okay?
Okay. Well, that was incredible. So I think we're going to leave it at that. You have just given us 51 minutes of your time. Thank you so much, Miss Amazing Bibi. Wow.
Thank you, Suzanne, for having me. You are so sweet. Thank you, guys.
We are blessed beyond belief. We are all saying thank you.
Thank you so much.
Wonderful evening, and I will see you on the flip side.
Okay, have an amazing time. See you in Vegas, baby.
See you in Vegas.